So, before I make a motion, I have a couple of things to say. You know, all of us, the last 3 weeks has been tough for everybody. You, us, everyone, and the children. And you need to know that, you know, everybody's waited for this moment and what the vote's gonna be. We don't know what the vote's gonna be. So the issue is, regardless of how the vote goes, all of us need to work together for our children when it's done. I don't just have to say that. It's an extremely difficult situation. You know, these decisions are not made lightly or in a vacuum, and all of us appreciate the comments made from everyone. And I want to thank all of you for being so respectful. You've been respectful, we've been respectful, so hopefully we will continue to do so. I do want to also add that I did get a legal opinion. We have counsel here and on the conflict of interest question that Mr. Garden had, and the lawyer confirmed there is not a conflict. So just so that you know that. All right, I've written some of my thoughts down, so I'm going to read it and let you know what I have to say. Although we have met with parents regarding these reassignments and read all letters and documents, I understand that many do not feel that they were given the answers that they wanted. Unfortunately, due to laws that protect confidentiality, we were unable to do so. Dozens of parents and teachers who support the decision of the superintendent have also called and written letters. You will not hear from them tonight because they are afraid of retaliation, both for themselves, their jobs, and their children. We've had people call from Mission that said that their children don't want to go to school because if they don't wear green, then they're in trouble with their peers or being bullied by the other kids. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm just telling you this is the kind of comments that have been made to us. The majority of the board selected Dr. Lusa for the position of superintendent over 6 months ago. He has proven to be competent, honest, and hardworking. He has successfully moved our district toward the goals and that the board has adopted. Since that time, many changes have been made, but he has proven that he is unafraid to make the tough decisions. Certainly doesn't take them lightly. These personnel changes are his responsibility in order to complete the best leadership team. With change comes opportunity. We have tremendous challenges with Common Core, local control accountability plan, and a dire need for primary reading interventions, just to name a few. Whether we're principals, vice principals, program managers, or teachers, the responsibility is the same, to focus on the academic success of our children and to give them all the resources needed for both our students and teachers, and together we can move our district to excellence and prepare our children for an increasingly competitive job market. Principals work at will and know that the superintendent has the authority to change, move, or reassign them at the end of the year. Both positive and negative comments and complaints are taken into account as well as the overall performance. In this case, the barrage of unsubstantiated, erroneous, and at sometimes mean-spirited allegations of our administration and trustees have been unnecessary and have basically derailed the education of our students for almost 3 weeks. This is strictly a confidential personnel matter that has grown into a public media distraction of our mission to provide the best possible education for all of our 8,900 students. It's time to move on to support the assignments of the superintendent and allow him to do the job he was appointed to do in the best interest of the children. The healing needs to begin now. If we don't, there will be further pandemonium, discontent, and collateral damage. Together, I hope we will embrace all the new assignments, welcome the new principals, and give them the support they deserve. The superintendent must be able to pick his team, tying his hands together and expecting him to complete the district goals will be encumbering, if not impossible. This is not a firing, and no one has lost their jobs. Being a teacher is an honorable occupation, and we are all very proud of our profession. This has been painful for all of us. Based on a thorough examination of the facts, sound judgment, and the available information, I believe strongly about the motion. So I'm making a motion I move to accept the recommendations of the superintendent on reassignment on consent items C, 1, and 2.
Can I get a second? I second that motion.
What we're going to do is
what my move was, I moved to accept the recommendations of the superintendent on reassignments on consent items C1 and 2,
1, 2.
taking them individually.
Yeah,
But you want to know about the recommendation.
no, where are we gonna get a staff recommendation on number 2, is this to be determined?
Yeah, it was to be determined. It's going to be, at this moment, Loma Vista 6th grade. However, Mrs. Greenlee can choose another position if it is available. Is that correct?
She could apply for transfer, yes, from a Loma Vista location.
So it's 6th grade Loma Vista. That's correct.
So I move that we accept staff's recommendation on item C2.
Would you like me to
Second
amend
on
the
that?
motion? Is that what you're
Yes,
asking?
separately.
Okay, I'll amend the motion to take it separately on item C2.
I've listened to the parents and teachers, and I've heard concerns about the principal being a team player. Well, I think the principal, the teachers, parents, schools need to be team players. They need to be on the same page, they need to be working for the kids. And each and every school is different, and to be a team player is to be a team player for that school, not for the district, as far as I'm concerned. So, I can't support that myself. I think our principal should be, we should have a policy of keeping our principals at their schools for a minimum of 5 years. Per educational research, they found that this is so when this is done, I'm hoping we can have such a policy.
Okay. Any other board members? Okay, call for the vote. That's a roll call, correct?
For C2.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those against?
No.
Nay. Okay, it's 3-2, so, that's motion and seconded and voted into.
So I will make the next motion, which was two parts to that motion. Make a motion for C1. I move to accept the recommendations of the superintendent on reassignment on consent item C1.
Is there a second?
Second.
Still second by Mr. Kim, voted by Ms. Barnes. Discussion. For a comment. Yes, sir. I thought you were announced. Any questions? Sure. Okay, call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nays?
Nay.
No. 2 nays, 3 and 2, it passes. Okay, next item.